Hello, and welcome to episode 13, season 3. Or is it 4? No, it's 3. Of the Monday Night
How did you
Wars.
forget already?
I was letting the listeners wonder.
I was letting the
I'm
listeners
Chad Talk.
wonder.
Yes, of course, correct. I'm Chad Talks, and joining me as always is my gaming.
Yeah, what up, Chad? How are you?
Oh, I am just Andy. How are you?
This is crazy. This is unprecedented. This is our second time recording today,
It is.
but our second time in this two different locations.
Yes, we're no longer in the TW streaming hub.
We're no longer in the TW fuck shack.
Justin is. I'm not.
Yeah, I am still here because this is my home and this is where I live.
I'm back in my own home where I live.
Unfortunately, yes. Let's get into Raw though, Chad. We got a big Monday Night Raw. We're in the round of 16, Chad. And I've come here unprepared because I don't have your bracket up.
Oh, you bitch!
I'm gonna pull it up right now.
That was very aggressive, and I apologize.
I opened it, Chad. I have opened it. Okay, so let's go like this real quick. All right, cool. I brought it back, Chad. I brought it back. Let me
Oh yeah.
like that a little bit. Cool. Okay, we can see it. We can see it now. All right, let's get into the show. Chad, Daniel Bryan defeats Devin Storm in 15-17 to start off the pre-show. Bryan Danielson, a 76 to start it off. We also move on. Chad Collier defeats Jimmy Jacobs. Big win for Chad Collier here. He had a sad loss at the King of the Ring, Chad. You were really sad that he lost to Shawn Stasiak.
Well, listen, he lost because of the conspiracy that's on this company.
Yeah, Chad thinks there's some politics going against him.
Well, I don't think. I know.
Do you have any proof about it?
I don't. Yeah, I have proof. Watch last week. How in the hell? There's only one way that the great rat boy, the king of the rats, loses.
Yeah, by getting pinned. 1, 2, 3.
Just Shawn Stasiak. Ugh.
You didn't have that same reaction to Shawn Stasiak when you tried to sign him.
Well, that's because he can go toe to toe with the Rat King.
And we also have Chad Collier debuted a new high spot that popped the crowd. His psychology will be helped by using it as a go-to spot in the future. Chad Collier really is becoming a very good in-ring talent.
Damn right he is. I can't wait to take him from you.
What? Spoilers. You're never going to get him. Big Rig Fig defeats Kendall Windham as well here in the pre-show. But we start off Monday Night Raw, Chad. It's our main event. The round of 16, the final 8 for Monday Night Raw is headlined by Triple H and Kurt Angle. A huge match, a historic match that has only happened one time in 4 years, Chad. One time in 4 years. Huge match that's happening here in the round of 16. Triple H, Kurt Angle. And these are the two men that have been bickering and boasting that and just bragging that they're going to be the king of the ring. These guys have been having the most amount of time out there saying, I'm going to be the king of the ring. All right, everything in my life has led to this moment. It's going to be king of the ring, and I'm going to do everything in my power to become king of the ring and take that belt off Brock Lesnar. Well, Brock Lesnar lets them know that it doesn't fucking matter who wins king of the ring, Chad. Because they're going to step in the ring with the genetic freak, the one of one, the future Shock himself. And they're going to get laid to rest like everyone who has stepped in the ring before them. Triple H, Kurt Angle tonight. But that's not all we have. And the other King of the Ring matches include Shawn Stasiak against Alex Wright. Rikishi taking on The Rock. And Randy Orton taking on Edge. 4 big matches here in the round of 16 here. But we start off with PJ Black and Stephanie McMahon arriving to the ring. What's this all about, Chad? We don't know. But we do start off with PJ Black defeating former WCW member Savio Vega in 14-18. A big win for PJ Black here in the Rose Garden Arena in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. How do you feel about Savio Vega, Chad?
Well, listen, he's Savio Vega. I mean, listen.
He got a 62. He's pretty decent.
Yeah.
You could use someone like that in your roster.
Yeah,
We are backstage, and Vince McMahon has called Edge and Christian into his office. We saw Randy Orton attack Edge last week, and Vince McMahon says he'll be damned if he lets anyone else rupture this King of the Ring tournament. He wants a perfect tournament. He wants no outside interference at all. And he says Edge, I know you're pissed off, Christian. I know you're pissed off at Randy Orton right now. But if Christian interferes at all during that matchup with Randy Orton tonight, Edge will be disqualified from the King of the Ring if he wins. So Christian Cage basically suspended from outside. No managerial for Christian in that big match against Randy Orton. Huge indeed, Chad. Speaking of huge, Lenny Lane takes on Steve Blackman, Chad. And Lenny Lane wins. Lenny Lane, the European champion, defeats Steve Blackman in 12:57 with a memory lane. A big win for Lenny Lane as he celebrates in the ring. The lights go out, Chad. The lights are off. Who is it? Who is the masked man? Who is under the hood in the middle of the ring who just beat down Lenny Lane? None other than Buff Bagwell. Buff Bagwell beats down Lenny Lane in the middle of the ring, Chad. Is Buff Bagwell calling his shot for the European Championship? And relevancy. Randy Orton is making his way down the ring. He's pretty stoked, Chad. You want to know why he's pretty stoked?
Why?
Because he heard that Vince McMahon basically barred Christian Cage from the ring. So it's going to be a sick one-on-one match. Randy Orton and Edge, Chad. Up next. And Chad, you did have Randy Orton moving on to the final 8.
Damn right I did.
Let's see if you can go 1 for 1. In a 95, Randy Orton defeats Edge in 15:36 with an RKO. Reg, it looks like he needed Christian there. Randy Orton gets the win here. A huge matchup. Randy Orton versus Edge.
Hey, it's huge.
Chad, are you awake right now?
Yeah, I'm awake. It's just a big match. When?
You sound like your ex-girlfriend talking to you with one-word answers. Yes.
Oh, no.
Huge. Big.
Well, you're damn right.
Well, I don't think Alex Wright is making his way, and he's interviewed, and he says, "Look, this is not a fluke. I am Das Wonder Kid. I beat Dean Malenko cleanly. I beat my dad cleanly. I've beaten every challenge ever thrown to me because I'm Das Wonder Kid, and I will be Germany's first King of the Ring." He takes on Sean Stasiak later tonight, Chad. Can he do it? Can Alex Wright win the King of the Ring?
Huge.
That'd be huge.
Huge.
Well, before that, we get Rock and the King of the Mountain champion, Kishi, in an exceptional match, a 99 in the middle of the show. The Rock taps out Big Kish in 14:41. Chad, you did predict that as well. You picked
Because I'm a genius, Justin. I'm so fucking smart.
Chad. Your winner is out of it already.
But that's because of a conspiracy.
Let's see if Chad can keep that going the whole time, though. The Rock, though, gets the big win over Kishi, 14:41.
Let's see. I will.
And 99, Chad. How do you feel about that?
I think, you know what? And listen, The Rock and Batak, they've got a good little group. Got good chemistry, and listen, this match was ass, but in a good way.
I don't think there we go. Sean stays. Yeah,
see what I did there?
The match was ass, he said. Stasiak makes his way down to the ring. He's taking on Alex Wright. Das Wonder Kid. Stasiak, Alex Wright. Chad, you did predict neither one of these men to make it this far, so I can't. It's an automatic loss for you. Conspiracy. And a 98. Holy moly, this Raw has been off the chain. Sean Stasiak does defeat Alex Wright, moves on to the Elite 8, pinning Alex Wright in 16:04 with a Falcon Arrow. How do you feel about this result right here?
I think, listen, it's clear to me that this company values Sean Stasiak, and Alex Wright has also fallen victim to the conspiracy.
We love to hear it.
I think we love to hear it.
And here we go, Chad. The entrances: Kurt Angle, Triple H. The match of all matches here in the King of the Ring. Who will book their ticket to the Final 8? Who will book their ticket to take on The Rock next week in our main event of Monday Night Raw, Chad? You predicted The Rock. You predicted Triple H. I was looking at next week. Triple H, Kurt Angle. And in a 97 match, Triple H defeats Kurt Angle 1932 with an ace crusher. Kurt Angle is eliminated from the King of the Ring. And Triple H then Brock Lesnar comes out and F5s Triple H here to end the show. A97. What can I say, Chad? Jeez Louise.
Yes, that's gonna be tough to beat.
Chad, I don't remember the last time you got a 97. So I think it's gonna be impossible.
Listen, nothing's impossible if you believe.
No, you're right. When I'm booking your shows instead of you booking your shows, I think it is possible.
You know why do you hurt me?
No, I think you just don't understand TEW because you don't play it. You know,
Okay,
it's difficult for you to understand the mechanics on how to get good ratings when you don't play it as much. Like I play it because because this. All right, this is me playing it right here. I now understand it. You don't. So it's not a knock on you. It's just you know, if you handled it all of the game mechanic stuff, you would, but you don't, and that's why you're losing. We'll see you for Nitro.
And we are here on the show that's going to get a 98 and be the best wrestling show of the week because, well, let's just be honest, it's just gonna happen.
Chad, do you believe that?
Nitro.
Do you believe that?
Of course, I believe it. I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it.
Okay, let's get it.
We have here, we're starting the show off. We've got Shawn Michaels. He comes out and he says, in 2 weeks, I go 1-on-1 against Chris Jericho. And I gotta tell you, this match right here, this is gonna be the biggest match of my career because I've got something to prove. I got something to prove that I'm not just a tag team guy. I'm not just the second guy of a faction. I gotta prove that I can still be the face of a company. I gotta prove that I'm still the Heartbreak Kid. And I intend to do just that. But more importantly, I plan on not just showing Jericho, not just showing all the boys in the back, not just show myself, but show each and every one of you. Because the WCW fans, they're the best fans in professional wrestling. You're loyal, and you're not afraid to say exactly how you feel. And I cannot wait to not only beat Jericho, but be a champion that all of you finally, for the first time in months, believe in, and get behind, more importantly, can respect. Because I'm not going to go away to go be in a rock band. I'm not going to go away to go do politics. I'm not going to go away to go be in a movie. I'm going to be right here. Every single show. God bless you, fan.
Sorry, I thought I was on mute.
You're good. Week.
Good Lord,
week,
my bad.
Day. I'll be here.
Good thing I wasn't yelling out bullshit.
Yeah,
like, fuck Chad.
Yeah, good thing.
Again, I was on mute. Sorry, shit, Chad, my bad.
You're good, you're good. Basically,
I thought you were done.
No, well, there were 3 other guys in there I didn't even talk about. Basically, Jericho goes in and basically says, the reason why, the other company let you go is because nothing more than a tag team guy. You were the second banana in DX. You notice they offered Triple H the bag, and you got left.
Hey, I offered him more money than he accepted with you. What are you talking about?
Shawn Michaels, if you were worth a damn, not only would you be, not only would you have been in the main event at other places, but you wouldn't be doubting yourself. You doubt it. And then Paul Heyman, just shows up and basically says, It's funny to me that this match is happening. I hope Jericho and Shawn Michaels beat the piss out of each other because maybe Minoru Suzuki can cash in Money in the Bank, and then they make a match. The tag team both halves of the tag team champions are going to go 1-on-1 against Jericho and and Shawn Michaels. And the first match of that is now, and in an exceptional match, Chris Jericho defeated Minoru Suzuki by blatantly cheating.
Yeah, unfortunate. Unfortunate match right there. He cheated. What a bitch. He had to cheat.
He did.
Sorry for skipping your promo. I think 2 nitros in a row now. I'm not trying to sabotage you. I'm just trying to win the war.
That's okay. The conspiracy continues. Meanwhile, this
is scumbaggery at its finest. You know that, right? You understand.
The tough enough rookies are here. Justin, they're already getting 100s. This is going perfectly.
I rated none of them, and I rated Hogan only. So
Hulk Hogan says, "Brother, I called all the tough enough rookies here to see which one of you are going to be on the line for elimination at the end of the month." And the fans voted. They all heard all your promos, and we all remember like it was yesterday, Jack. And here we are. We're going to announce it. The wrestler, the tough enough rookie who got the least amount of votes was Dave Batista. So Dave, a Great American Bash, brother, you're going to go 1-on-1 against the Thunder tough enough rookie that got the least amount of votes. And the loser of that singles match is going to be the first person eliminated from Tough Enough.
Good Lord. Who would have thought Chuck Palumbo and Carly Colon would have out-survived Dave Batista?
To be fair, it was a promo off, so...
Yeah, Dave Batista, one of the greatest promos in the world. You think Chuck Palumbo's a better promo than Dave Batista?
I honestly cannot remember a single promo Chuck Palumbo ever cut.
Exactly. That's because they didn't let him. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Dave Batista. I remember that one promo where Dave Batista did, where he fucked Melina.
I'm like, "You I want. Give it to me. You are supposed to be my friend." We got here, Justin. The Dudley Boys taking on the Outsiders, and in a good match, the Dudleys drew with the Outsiders after a double disqualification.
What happened? What caused the disqualification here, Chad?
I think they both just got mad at each other, and I think Nash and Bubba just hit each other both with chairs at the same time.
Ah, okay. Interesting.
And meanwhile, when that's happening, we pan out to an Italian diner. It shows Little Guido and Johnny Stamboli.
Eating some gabagoo.
Yeah, they're enjoying some gabagoo, and they're talking mad shit about both of those teams. And
how's your mother?
He says, they both talk about, they're over here, they won their match last week. And these two teams, the quote-unquote best teams on the roster, they can't even beat each other. So he says, "Johnny, I think it's time we take those tag team titles home." And Johnny Stamboli says, "A gabagoo." And then, yeah, Justin, they're cutting a promo. They want those tag team titles.
He says, "A gabagoo."
He says, "It's a gabagoo."
That's what they're eating, Chad. They're eating gabagoo. Why would he say gabagoo?
That's what I'm saying. He says, "Yo, this is good. This is a gabagoo."
Oh, boy.
Jericho is backstage, and Bret Hart, he walks past him, and he looks over at Bret, and he says, "Can I help you?" Bret says, "Listen, I can't believe I'm doing this. I think you are one of the worst people I've ever met. I think you're despicable. I think you're an arrogant prick."
If you put a letter S in front of Hitman, that's what I think of you.
Yeah, exactly.
Shit, man.
I think as far as a champion goes, I think you represent this company poorly.
Oh, you're talking about Jericho.
Out of all of those things I hate about you, Chris, I hate Shawn Michaels that much more. I'm going to give you some tips, some tricks on what you can use to beat Shawn Michaels.
But Bret Hart didn't beat Shawn Michaels. He tapped out.
Bret Hart takes him to a room, Justin.
Ooh. It's getting fancy like Applebee's.
Getting fancy like Applebee's on a date night. We got, the 6 members of the Scars and Stripes match are facing off in a tag team match. And in a superb match, Taka Michinoku and Canyon defeat Benoit, Mick Foley, Douglas, and Hardcore Holly Of course, Douglas and Hardcore Holly went first, and then Benoit McFoley.
The winning team don't have chemistry as a team.
It shows you how good they are.
It shows you how awful this division is.
Speaking of divisions, we got a women's division match. Queen Sharmell taking on Debbie Malenko in a decent match. Queen Sharmell defeated Debbie Malenko by submission.
Good for her, Chad.
Our women's champion, Queen Sharmell.
Our queen.
Our queen. Long live the queen. We look over, we see Goldberg in Japan. He's sitting on a throne with his global championship. He's calling himself the new king of New Japan Pro Wrestling. He says he's already getting his own streak over here. He's taking on any.
It's been 6 days.
And he says, I might never come. No, it's been a couple weeks. He said, I may never come back.
He's got a streak in a couple weeks.
I may never come back to WCW. I love it here. They treat me like a king.
Goldberg!
Goldberg!
He's got like a 4-match win streak. Oh, the streak has started over, brother.
The streak has started over. And our main event of the night, Shawn Michaels taking on Rob Van Dam and about to have sensational wrestling and fantastic heat. Shawn Michaels defeats Rob Van Dam. Sweet chin music, Justin.
Yes, sir. Almost 100 there, Chad. Almost. But Mike Tenay was not there, and Jeremy Borash was. Don't you miss Mike Tenay?
After the match, Shawn Michaels, he celebrates. He actually rolls out of the arena, and he there's a kid wearing a Shawn Michaels t-shirt. And he goes over and he gives the kid a hug. He's talking to him, and all of a sudden Jericho attacks him. The kid starts crying as Jericho has him in a lion tamer, and Sid Vicious is just beating him, punching him in the face, just beating him down. The kid's crying. Jericho goes, "Wah!" And then Vicious picks him up and powerbombs Shawn Michaels onto the concrete floor in front of this kid who idolizes his hero.
Damn, that's crazy. That's the show. 96. Ooh,
96.
That sucks. Chad, I got a 97.
Almost.
Well, hey, look at the difference, Chad. I book your show 96. You book your show 83. That's just the quality of how good of a booker I am in the game. I understand the game. I can put your ideas to art, Chad. I can put your thoughts and your dreams into reality. Where are the Clam Boys? Where are they at?
On Thunder.
They haven't seen Lodi and Shark Boy in a hot minute.
I'm pretty sure they were on like last week.
No, they were not.
I think they were. Anyway.
We'll see. We'll see you for SmackDown, Chad.
It's for SmackDown.
That was really awkward. That silence was really weird. People must think we hate each other at this point.
I don't think so.
Like, you say 6 words during my show, and then that silence right there. Unbelievable.
I hate this man.
I hate you. Shoot.
And we are here with SmackDown, the show that is Justin's second show that usually follows Nitro and Raw that would come next, followed by then Thunder. It's the Blue Brand. The general manager for Thunder is quite the character. Justin, why don't you tell us exactly what we have on the docket for Thunder today, or for SmackDown today?
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm trying to.
You said the general manager of Thunder is a character.
Well, he is.
Why are you talking about Thunder on SmackDown?
I meant
Get your shit together, Prongle.
You're
washed up.
Oh.
Everyone's saying it in the YouTube comments. They're saying hashtag Chad is washed up.
I don't think they are.
They need you to get your shit together. You still got it. You still got it. You still got it.
Nitro got a 96 today. So
yeah, it did.
Didn't do that bad.
Yeah, you did. I could be mean, but I'm not going to. Let's get into SmackDown.
Wait, the tides are changing.
Chad, explain this match.
Well, it was a decent pre-show match.
No, explain it. Don't read the screen.
Well, so during the match, Jeff Jarrett put in a figure 4 leg lock. And it went 10:51, and it was a decent match.
All right, John Cena defeats Mikey Henderson, Mikey Henderson, in 10.
Explain this match, Justin.
Well, this match is between two up and coming TNA upstarts, between the prodigy John Cena against the athletic freak Mikey Henderson, who got called up at the draft, but unknowingly, I didn't check his injury history, had a broken neck, so he's been kind of out of action for a while. He's finally getting out of that ring rust, and he's in a pre-show match here. He's had a couple matches here and there. John Cena, did his thing, gave him a couple suplexes, did his little 5 moves of doom, hits him with a spin-out powerbomb, and gets a nice win over Mikey Henderson. But Mikey Henderson had a good showing, Chad, and that's all that matters. Chad, explain this match.
Yeah, so this was between Caprice Coleman and Abaddon, two other up-and-comers.
What do you know about Abaddon?
Well, I don't know much because I wasn't able to fully explore Abaddon because you took him from me.
You were trying to explore Abaddon?
Yeah. Explore what he can do in the ring.
All right, we start.
What?
Look at these men, Chad. 5 WCW members in the ring. Mm-hmm. What do you mean, mm-hmm?
I mean, mm-hmm.
Yeah, just do the promo. I got something going on.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're all here, and Clyde Flanders is talking about the Gentleman's Club and how Booker T is a bitch. And Scott Steiner, not having it. He just turns around and he says, Clyde Flanders, first of all, that's the dumbest name I've ever heard in my entire life. You walk around here, hey, with your dumb muscles and your dumb sunglasses. There's only room for one muscle-bound guy with sunglasses here, and it's me, Scott Steiner. So why don't you stop wasting mine and the Gentleman's Club's time, and why don't you hit the bricks? Why don't you go take that chick with you, because she broke Diamond Dallas Page's heart, and the only person who deserves to be broken here is you, Clyde Flanders. You deserve to get your leg broke and your arm broke by me, Scott Steiner. And if you have a problem with it, maybe you and I can duke it out in the ring. Flanders, listen.
Well, that doesn't happen tonight because they put him in a gauntlet match here, Chad. Not a gauntlet match.
Oh, okay.
They put him in a handicap match.
Okay, that's good.
He goes 1-on-2 against the Faces of Fear, and Clyde Flanders gets the big win when he pins the Barbarian with the pile driver.
Nice.
Big win for Clyde Flanders.
Will we get Clyde Flanders versus Scott Steiner at some point? The people are asking.
Maybe. Chris Daniels is backstage warming up for his big match tonight against Scott Steiner, the King of the Ring. Speaking of Scott Steiner. And Tajiri's with him, and Parker and Chris Sabin come in the locker room, and they say, well, Daniels, it's been a while since you defended that belt. Maybe you could, throw a bone to one of, maybe. And Daniels was like, I'm sorry, boys. I'm in the King of the Ring. I'm going to win it all. Maybe when I win it, I'll give you guys the belt. But you know what? I'm just going to have to just keep the belt until then. I'm going to be King of the Ring, guys. I'm going to put some legitimacy on the light heavyweight division. We've been laughed at for the last 4 years. Laughed at. Not one of us have come out of this division, really, and done anything until now. Look at me. I'm light heavyweight champion. I'm going to beat Scott Steiner, the big bad booty daddy, tonight. Now, please get out of my locker room, all right? And Chris Sabin's like, well, look, Eric Bischoff, he made a match earlier, and we just wanted to tell you about it, He says, us three, we're going to have a match, and the winner will take you on whenever you're out of the King of the Ring, which, that could be soon. That could be tonight. And Daniels takes his shades off. He's like, did you really just say that? Get the fuck out of my locker room, you three.
Oh, man.
Well, that match is up next, Chad. Sabin, Laparca, Tajiri, #1 contendership on the line, Chad. Who wins?
I'd say Sabin.
Well, La Parka does it. La Parka gets the win.
Ooh.
La Parka defeats Chris Sabin with a Sky Twister press. We are shown backstage. Mystico walking backstage. He's got the biggest match of his life. As he takes on Eddie Guerrero in the round of 16 of the King of the Ring, he can move on to the Elite 8. And Chavo and Latin Lover come up and they confront him and like, hey, Mystico, man, here's a suitcase full of money. Throw the match. Throw it for Eddie. And so all we want is Eddie to be happy. We need him to have the World Championship again. We need him to be the number one guy. And Mystico's like, sorry, guys. Sorry. I'm not going to throw the match against Eddie Guerrero. I'm going to go in there, and I'm going to avenge my loss to him last year in the same exact round, in the same exact match. I'm going to get my win against Eddie Guerrero, and I'm going to become the King of the Ring. Mystico, Eddie Guerrero, remember last year, round of 16 was the same exact matchup. In the same exact week, Friday, week 3, June 2000, Eddie defeated Mystico. Will that happen again tonight? Oh, Chad.
Oh, it's Steve Corino.
Former WCW Cruiserweight Tag Team Champion of the World. Steve Corino.
I don't think they ever held the tag team championship.
In this universe, they did.
I don't think they did. In
WWF lore, they did.
Okay.
Rene Dupree fucking squashes him, though, because that's what we think of WCW champions. In 947, Steve Corino loses.
I got an entire faction of them.
And then, hey, Renee Savon and Rob Conway said, hey, Chavo, Latin Lover, when you guys are done running around backstage trying to convince people to throw matches and trying to bribe people, how about you step in the ring and defend those belts against the greatest international stable of all time, La Resistance. Well, now we start those King of the Ring matches, Chad.
Oh, the Michigan boys, Daniels and Steiner. Chad,
you had Scott Steiner moving on to the Elite 8. And you start off tonight 1-1. Scott Steiner defeats the light heavyweight champion in 14:32 with a Frankensteiner. A huge match. A huge win for Scott Steiner. But that also means that Chris Sabin was kind of right. Chris Daniels lost tonight, meaning he's going to have to defend his belt ASAP against La Parka. Oh, and a big bad booty daddy celebrates with all his hoochie mamas. And all his freaks in the ring. Scott Steiner. And then they go to the Gentlemen's Club. Hell yeah. We move on. Chad Stone Cold and Ric Flair. You have had Austin moving on to the Elite 8, Chad, to take on Scott Steiner next week.
Yeah.
You're correct.
I'm right.
Steiner.
I know I am.
Austin wins 15:06. Thaz Press, a huge win over Ric Flair.
The side of that bracket's been very kind to me. The other side of the bracket.
Well, you did have Jamie Noble moving very far. But other than that, you've been pretty good. You've been pretty good on SmackDown. Raw's been all over the place. Our third match of the King of the Ring, Chad. Booker T, Kid Cash. You had Booker T moving forward. Well, Kid Cash gets the huge upset over Booker T in 1619 with a dead level. What happened was Clyde Flanders' music hit, and Booker T was like, oh, shit, tell me I did not just hear that. And Kid Cash hits the dead level on a distracted Booker T, and Kid Cash has moved on to the Elite 8 in the King of the Ring. Kid Cash could do it, Chad. He's just got to get past the winner of Eddie Guerrero Mystico to make it to the Final Four and make it to the pay-per-view. Kid Cash could be in a pay-per-view King of the Ring match, Chad. And then Clyde Flanders, after all that has happened, actually gets in the ring and starts beating up Booker T.
Yeah, he just has Booker T's number, man.
And he says, hey, sucker, I'm challenging you for the United States Championship at King of the Ring. And then he throws the microphone in his face. Clyde Flanders laying out the challenge to Booker T, Chad. Could he become the new United States champion? And our last King of the Ring match here, Chad. In a 99, you had Eddie taking on Mystico. You didn't even have Mystico out of the first round. But Mystico does it. He defeats Eddie Guerrero in 2010 with a Palanca Tornado. Mystico has made it to the Elite Eight in a huge main event here, Chad. Mystico has done it. He has avenged his loss last year. The man that said he's going into the heavyweight division a couple months ago has he's made his mark. People have to have some respect on his name now. They have to understand that this kid here he's not here to play. This kid can fight. This guy can go, and he beats the former WWF SmackDown World Heavyweight Champion in 2010, booking his match against Kid Cash next week in the Elite Eight. And he celebrates over Eddie Guerrero to end the show. Chad, a 93. Doesn't matter. We still win the week with a 97. You gave
unless Thunder puts out a bang.
I didn't even think. I forget about Thunder, man. I'm going to even write my name, though. I don't think you're going to bust out a 98. A 98 would be your second best show of all time. And I just don't think Thunder has the capability of it right now. But, Chad, that's a huge, huge show. And Elite Eight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 out of 8 guys making to the Elite Eight, correct, Chad?
I'm so smart. Listen.
I mean, that's like a 60-some%. So it's not great, but it is above 50%. But your winner's not in it, so that really is gonna fuck you over a little bit here, Chad. That's really gonna fuck you over. But who do you think's gonna win now? If you had to redo the final 8, who do you think's gonna win?
Probably Stone Cold.
Okay, well, Chad will pick Stone Cold to win it. I wonder what you guys are gonna pick in the comments below, as I will have this bracket in the debut episode of the King of the Ring, so you guys can follow along. Whoever does the best bracket gets to take Chad's spot.
Oh, yeah.
I hope you guys all play. I might give all the answers out for free if that's the prize. Please beat him. I don't want to do this with Pringle anymore. We'll see you for Thunder.
What's up, everybody? We've got a big Thunder for you all today. We are 2 weeks away from Great American Bash. What a show we have in store for you, Justin. I'm so excited. Are you excited?
No.
Oh.
All right, I am now excited. I had to get into it. I had to think about it, Chad. I had to get into the groove. I had to get into my mojo. I had to get into who I am deep down on a personal level. And I found that light in my heart right there. And I said, let's pull it out. And I'm ready for Thunder.
Oh, yeah.
Woo!
That's a spirit.
Okay, I'm bored now.
We have here, we've got AJ and Rey Mysterio. And they're cutting a promo. And basically they call out Team Canada. And they say, listen, you fought us a couple weeks ago in Canada. Last week, actually, you fought us in Canada, and you won. And listen, we won't take that away from you. You got one on us. All right, but we beat you a couple weeks ago on our turf. Now I think it's only fair. At Great American Bash, we end this once and for all. AJ Styles and Rey Mysterio taking on Team Canada. And I'll tell you what, we're not even going to let you guys pick 2 members. We'll face you in a 2-on-3 handicap match. Team Canada, they laugh and they go, listen, it's a numbers game, baby, and the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you. They say, you're on. You want to face Team Canada at its full force? Fine. Listen, Great American Bash, 3-on-2 handicap match.
Let's go.
But before that, we've got Rey Mysterio taking on Lance Storm. And about to head good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd. Rey Mysterio defeats Lance Storm for the Mysterio Rana.
How do you feel about this match only getting an 82?
Yeah, that's fine. Here backstage, Shark Boy and Low D, they're in the back, they're drinking clam juice. And meanwhile, after that, Shamrock and Low D show up. And they're just assholes. They go, look, Vader, look at these two just in the back. Did you know that we're teaming up with Raven and our fellow tap out brother Bob Sapp to take out these two scrubs, Samoa Joe and Steven Regal, and Vader says, "Yeah, it's gonna be Vader time in the main event, and the only reason why you two even stand a prayer is because of Regal and Samoa Joe, and after we take them out, you guys are just gonna be sitting targets for the Tap Out crew." And then Shark Boy and Low D completely know what they're saying, and they just continue their conversation. And then Shamrock's like, "Hey, are you listening?" And Low D's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't speak, bitch. What you have to say?" And then he's like, "Listen. First of all, I knew you guys were coming from a mile away because I could smell your breath from the parking lot. Oh my God. Listen, let me give you the lowdown with your boy Low D and the clammiest brother in the game, Shark Boy. Listen, you guys are all talk. All right, Shamrock, how many times did you defend that tag, that belt? Twice. You don't scare us. You don't scare us at all. Listen, big time Low D, Shark Boy. We're gonna team with two guys who are on the top of their games, and we're gonna embarrass you. It's gonna." And Shark Boy's like, "That's right. You can drink all the clam juice in the world, and you still don't stand a chance against the King Shark and Low D himself." So they fin up, and then they leave.
They fin up.
Yeah.
They fin up. Unbelievable. They fin up.
Shark Boy and Low D in the main event tonight.
Yeah? Are you excited for it?
I am.
I'm not.
It's fun.
I am. I'm joking. I'm joking.
We've
Jeremy
got-
Borash.
Yes, Hulk Hogan announces once again announced on the WCW website that the Tough Enough contest is getting a new host. There's a new host to Tough Enough, and it is the WCW announcer Jeremy Borash. And Jeremy Borash, he gets out here and he says, tonight we're gonna announce which one of you five got the lowest votes in the promo contest, and which one of you five will go on to face Dave Bautista in the first elimination match of the competition. And the person who will be facing Dave Bautista is Shelton Benjamin.
How the
So
fuck
Justin,
did Shelton come in last?
God, well, listen, that was the five-man match, and he
who's
lost.
voting?
So that's how we decided it.
Who's voting?
The people.
Who are the people? I need to talk to them.
The WCW fans.
That's what. Which ones?
All of them.
Where are they?
Right in front of you.
So Shelton Benjamin, Dave Bautista, Great American Bash?
Yep.
All right. Good God, one of those guys is leaving first.
Yep.
Oh, that's a damn shame.
Samoa Joe gets to the arena with one goal in mind, and it's to break the arm of Sylvester Stallone. He gets out of his car. He says, "Where's Sylvester? Where's Sylvester?" And he's just like asking around. He's heading towards looking the arena, looking for Sylvester Stallone.
He's gonna beat his ass.
Beat his ass, or at least attempt to.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, we got a match. Abyss taking on Rick Steiner in a decent match. Abyss defeats Rick Steiner with a shock treatment.
Yeah. Hey, cool. Good win for Abyss.
Something different, Justin. We got a Steven Regal and Raven promo. Just Regal's in the ring. He's got a tea set. He's drinking tea, and he says, "Hello, sunshine. Welcome to Tea Time with Steven Regal. Tonight, I've got a tag team match. Me and three other amazing athletes. A man who has taken me to my limit a time or two, Low D, a man I have a lot of respect for. The current television 24/7 and Universal Champion Samoa Joe. And Shark Boy, teaming up against the Tap Out crew. And a man I'll be going toe-to-toe with at Great American Bash, Raven. Now, Raven, last year at Great American Bash, you took on Bret Hart for the U.S. Championship. Now this year you're taking on me. And some people call that a downgrade, but let's make no mistake. I am anything but a downgrade. You see, Raven, you once called yourself the final boss of WCW. You call yourself a true detestable villain. Raven, I assure you, it doesn't get any more detestable. It doesn't get any more violent. It doesn't get any more villainous than me. Because, Raven, one thing you should know about me, I'm a twisted, bloody bastard. Far more than you will ever be. I have my own demons that I need to live with every single day. And I'm going to bring them out. It's Great American Bash. And I'm going to beat you. And then after that, I'm going to continue my push and my goal. Becoming world champion. Raven, you are a pawn on the regal chess set. And after I vanquish you, I'm going to go for the main king himself, Samoa Joe. Or whoever holds the world championship. To me, it doesn't bloody matter because at the end of the day, they're just babysitting it. Me. What a promo, Justin.
What a promo, Chen. I like Steven Regal. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy. Speaking of good guys, we got Shane Helms versus Shannon Moore, brother. And then about that, great wrestling in it. Decent reaction from the crowd. Shannon Moore defeats Shane Helms. The Morgasm.
Ooh. A Morgasm. Sick.
And John Backlund and Dave Meltzer had pretty solid chemistry, Justin. Look at that.
Yes, sir. Well, they've always had.
If only they could do that every match. Meanwhile, Shannon Moore gets in the ring and he says,
He's already in the ring. He just beat Shane Helms.
He rolls out of the ring to grab a microphone, and then he gets back in the ring. And he says, I don't have an opponent for Great American Bash yet. And I know that there's another guy who doesn't have a match at Great American Bash yet either. How about this? How about at Great American Bash, Shannon Moore takes on a man who I look up to, a man who is one of my wrestling heroes, Owen Hart. And Owen Hart, he gets in the ring and he accepts the challenge. If Shannon Moore versus Owen Hart at Great American Bash, Justin.
It's gonna be a banger, but the people are asking, when is Shannon Moore going to cash in his World Heavyweight Championship match? I didn't know he was allowed to just keep it for as long as he wanted.
I mean, his title, he's due for one, but who knows when he's going to take advantage of it?
Yeah,
it's not Shannon Moore's fault that Chef and AJ. I mean, AJ cashed his in for a long time after he won it.
That's what I'm saying. People are waiting for it, though.
Yeah.
They want to see it.
Samoa Joe, he finally sees Sylvester Stallone. But Sylvester Stallone, Justin, he has an entire police force standing in the way between him and Samoa Joe. So he runs. Meanwhile, Samoa Joe is like beating up security and police trying to get to Sylvester Stallone.
Oh, he's got Atlanta's finest?
He's got Atlanta's finest.
Well, Chad, this next match you have set is a debut.
Yes, we have a debut, our newest signee, to WCW.
A familiar face.
Wait a minute. But yes, we've got Bam Bam Bigelow. He's back, and he's taking on Matt Hardy in this match. Bam Bam Bigelow defeats Matt Hardy with a powerbomb.
He debuts his adequate monster gimmick.
Oh. Gimmick infringement.
Yeah, Bam Bam just didn't want to be in WWF anymore, and he requested a release, and I said okay. I respect that. You didn't just walk out on me. You just asked if you could get out of here, and I granted it to him. Okay, I don't respect walking out. All right, no matter what happens, don't walk out on your employers. Hint, 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 hint.
Oh, no, yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of on their side personally. But anyway, next match.
Wah.
We've got a. This had to have been because of Bob Sapp.
You're telling me Bob Sapp's 33 brought this down?
I have to assume. We got the Tap Out Crew taking on the guys who are better than Tap Out Crew. Well, poor Raven. Raven's better than them. Yeah, the baby faces win.
Yeah, this match stunk.
This match wasn't great.
Yep.
But then afterwards, this is gonna be bad. Afterwards, Samoa Joe. He finally gets his hands on Sylvester Stallone, Justin, and he breaks Sylvester Stallone's arm.
Oh, he snaps his arm?
Snaps his arm.
Tap Out Crew.
And then looks over at Vader.
Oh.
and Bob Sapp and says, "One of you boys are next."
That's Goldberg's thing.
All right, well, Thunder did not get the best show of the week. That's a bummer.
Like I said, I didn't think it would, but hey, you did all right. You didn't lose any pop. I don't think. But it definitely didn't help. We'll see you for SmackDown. We'll see you for Raw, actually. Episode 14, the Go-Homes. The Elite 8 of the King of the Ring, headlined by Triple H and The Rock. What a match that is going to be, Chad.
It will be something.